Oh, Elaine, just I don't feel like typing. I know the IPO is trash, neoliberal. Um, talking about it. I still think it's gonna go up, 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 up because it's Elon, it's SpaceX. But yeah, I was looking at the. I'm not changing the subject, y'all. I guess I am, but I'm gonna shut up in a second because I have to run or drive. But did y'all see like Elon was in the little rocket and it like crashed and caught on fire or some shit? And they were like, that was supposed to happen. It was supposed to catch on fire. Anyway, these damn billionaires. Yeah, Katrina, we have to stick together. Um, Especially with they're cutting funding, y'all. Like they want to privatize a lot of these schools. I don't know how it is in y'all school district, but like my boys went to a charter school, Harmony, that has a reputation. But you know, like I think that this is gonna bubble over because a lot of what is going on in terms of the tax dollars. So in Texas, Governor Crackhead, they want to cut property taxes, but then it's like, how are you going to fund public education?
Was a very late comer into space occupied by Yahoo and AOL, right?
Sam, wouldn't you think there'll be a huge amount of market consolidation? Just some of these FANG companies will buy tons of these smaller companies as they fuck up their balance sheet.
There's not a bunch of small companies.
Why? There's a lot of small companies.
There are, but what's gonna? Why do you think that? Why wouldn't it be like a BlackRock or something that owns a little bit of a bunch of things that survives this, rather than a company that doesn't exist today? This is like a financial trick. Shouldn't it be a finance company that owns the world?
Finance company does own the world.
I think a lot of this right now that people are getting out on is like hype, but it's like so imagine I heard this analogy once, and I know it happened once in history, I forget what it was, but imagine that everybody decides that like walnuts are now the most valuable thing. So overnight, every walnut company skyrockets. People start tearing up fields left and right to plant walnut trees. People start hoarding walnuts. There's this whole discussion about walnuts. And then one day somebody's like, wait a second, like this walnut boom is dumb. Like there's other crops that are better, people aren't eating them. This isn't the life-changing thing that we thought walnuts were. But if that stops, everybody who's invested in walnuts and all the societal change, everybody who thought they were a sage because they started planting them is an idiot. It breaks the economy. Everybody who's already in there has this sunk cost fallacy. There's no incentive to get off the train. In fact, everybody has an incentive. Now, if those walnut people that got so rich, if they also doubled down and bought newspapers and magazines because they had all this big walnut money, all of a sudden, like, you can't ever get off, and now everybody's attention's on walnuts, so it just extends and drags it out. And eventually, reality has this ugly way of saying, like, there's limited resources and means, and this isn't viable. And I think what's going on right now is everybody is so sunk in AI that if AI goes belly up, the economy goes up. So if you're heavily invested in the economy and asset ownership, you're incentivized in making it better. The second you say AI, like it's like Allbirds when they did that, like we're pivoting to an AI company. You're a shoe manufacturer. You're a shoe manufacturer. You didn't have any plan. There was no plan. We're going to pivot to AI data centers. We're going to
Sounds like the 90s, Sam. That was such a good point. Thank you.
Yeah, so
it's the internet, thus it's worth millions and millions and millions, but these days it's billions.
Right. Well, and I think the point is, like, yes, AI can do these really, like, there's so many people I know in this room right now that are really like AI, like how I put realists, where they're like, it's not everything it's cracked up to be, it's a little snake oil. But we're also kind of using it, and it's doing stuff, and AI's been around for a long time. Like, this new LLM version of AI is semi-new. But again, it's almost 20 years old that we've been having things like this.
Machine learning.
Yeah, so exactly. Like, so I think just the whole idea that it's a sunk cost fallacy that if everybody's pot committed, they're pot committed. Just like a lot of the tech companies and like they're so overvalued. I mean, the classic example is like Tesla itself. Like it's a money-losing venture that was propped up by government resources, but they figured out like the vibe right now. It's like GameStop trying to buy eBay. We're not in serious times, but there's serious consequences. So I just think that's the challenge. It's not that like it's hard because it's not that there's no there. There's something there, but the way like it's been woven into this capitalist now, like this whole right-wing militarism of Silicon Valley and techno-feudalism and anti-democratic push and hyper-masculinity. Like if you look when Anthropic started getting valued, it was when the military started pushing it, and when they said no to the military, their value skyrocketed. And if you look at what's propelling companies like Palantir and elsewhere, it's really like global war and like data hoarding and all these sorts of things. So, I think that's one way of looking at this whole battle right now is just transparently looking and seeing the grift for what it is, and that just everybody's in on the grift. So you gotta either like, get screwed or get in on it as well.
And Breyer, the militarism is so cornerstone to this because he has an economy like, you don't play by my rules that make no logical sense, we'll blow the fuck out of you. Or like, break into your presidential palace and abduct you. Like, this dude, it was interesting. I was in a room with some GOP folk, like around when the Venezuela thing happened. And it's just like, the precedent this sets. Someone needs to fucking gift Donald Trump a dictionary or something, or just make him a trophy that says presidents set precedents. He doesn't realize that. Like what they teach in international relations intro, like 101 international relations, is a huge thing that happens in IR is tit for tat. You set a norm, the norm gets followed, it gets universalized, and that's the world you have to live with.
Austin, I don't know if you're using this intentionally in an ironic way, but do you know that was one of the first big AI advancement was there was this competition for game theory with AI where they played this game where it's like you and your opponent either help or hurt, it's something like that. And it's a really famous example of either like, basically gives it a thumbs up and work together, or a thumbs down. And it was seeing what could maximize your result. So people would make these AIs. There's so many great stories about this. It's also where they came up with like protein folding and all these other things in these ways. But the innovation was just in game theory. The idea is if you always cooperate, people will hurt you. They're incentivized to learn from that, and you'll get exploited. And if you always do the worst, nobody wants to work with you. They'll do the worst for you. So it came up with this. The end result was the program that won was this very simplistic AI. And this is, again, pre-LLM, old school AI. The basic thing it did was it just responded with whatever you did. So if you did, good bonus point for you, it did bonus point back. And if you did negative, it did negative back. And in a world where everything was learning and reacting, it overwhelmingly won by just responding exactly in kind. And eventually somebody figured out some, stupid pattern like harm twice, but give them good immediately the second they get good nonstop. But yeah, it's that was the early days of AI. It was just figuring out these basic sorts of interactions.
And a major thing is, Trump seems incredibly fucking irrational, but it's interesting, like, putting a label on it. I like when people say Trump is not a conservative, because he's not a conservative. It's interesting. I think the label, there's so many labels that fit Trump, like technical labels, but he really seems to be into kleptocracy. That seems to be his main bag. Like I was saying earlier, like taking public government agencies and government expenditures and taking the government and turning it into private sector, privately held and publicly traded companies. There's a huge amount of moral hazard. And it's bad karma. Whether you approach it mystically or just kind of look into consequences and precedents and universalization, like the categorical imperative.
amazing is if you eat a little chipotle, the smell stays in the room. How is that possible?
Yeah. Stir fry. Yes. Yeah.
Hello? 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 Hello?
Okay, so I think something that would be good for y'all to start looking, or us to start looking at when it comes to these politicians, is what are their views on education, educational policy, reform. So, because pay attention to what they, because it may sound good. Like I was talking about that with the madness, right? The fact like, yeah, we get to go to private school. You hillbilly trailer park living ass bitch. You ain't going to no goddamn private school. You're not going. That's not for you. Because they can't read, they're gonna say, hey, this looks like this is a great opportunity. Just stay woke. You know, stay very woke.
Any except of the sex work you're doing, are you working in the education pool?
Yeah. So try to keep a low profile, Igor. They got to back channel me on certain days of the week, and my price point kind of depends out there on the angle, color. I can throw a kick in there too. It just depends. I got different packages. Hit me up though.
No, but are you working in the education too? Because you know a lot.
Yes, yes. I'm an advocate in real life. I write curriculum in real life for a lot of companies. I've done work for McGraw Hill. I've done work for Great Minds, who wrote Eureka Math and Bluebonnet. Those are the high quality instructional materials that Texas has adopted. Um, I've done contract work for other curriculum companies. So there's a good strong chance if you're in Texas that the workbook that your kid is learning from at the primary level, I've either edited it, wrote it, trained teachers on how to deliver it, or yeah.
Well, that is impressive.
Oh, thanks, thanks. It helps in the meantime between time when I'm waiting for cash apps. Yeah, helps out a lot. I'm gonna stop. Maybe. I don't know.
You're not gonna stop because
I
I know
probably
you.
am not. T. I'm probably not. I'm glad you know.
Because I'm like, the fact that you keep saying that you're hiding out over here is just insane because you have never been one to hide. You like run to the fight.
That's what they telling me though. They telling me, I'm a punk bitch. I thought I was growing and just doing a little bit better, but uh, you know, comma, child support receiving sex worker. Y'all can't make me feel bad for living in my truth.
So God come up with this truth as well. Take me to the king.
Welcome in to Politically Correct. We have another day where Trump has not given a fuck about making amends with coming up with some type of solution with this Iran business. They'll say it, but not really. Gas prices have gone down by a nickel. Okay, so we're on the right track here. I don't know if y'all noticed that. It did come down by 10 cents. Okay?
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
So whatever you're out there doing, keep doing it.
Breaking news for Divine. Divine, are you over?
You do share. Spiritual please.
Divine,
Right
are you
in the
there?
middle of her submission. Y'all got it.
Oh, I thought we were done.
No, I wasn't. But I
Oh, you weren't? Oh, my bad. You go back to the education.
No.
No, we can go. I'm sorry. I've been working, so I've been in and out, and we can go back to talking about like tits and education.
No, it was a stock reset. But no, go ahead with your breaking news with Divine. Divine who's also in education, but he does anything. So.
Well, he isn't unmuted, so I don't really need to tell him the news.
I'll be talking in between. Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay. This is also for Wakale as well. Your Knicks owner, the great James Dolan, has invited Trump to MSG for the Knicks game. So thank you very much.
We'll boo the hell out of him. Don't worry about that.
I have no comment.
I'm still saying Knicks in 4. I don't really care. I want it, done and over, the win, and that's it.
I don't think you'll hear blues louder than what you hear on that night.
I just want to say, if the Knicks win, Mandoni is going to be the king.
When the Knicks win, excuse yourself. When the Knicks win.
I don't think Trump is going to
Video
go
at the
because
beach.
New Yorkers are going to
Post
vote
some
the crap out of him.
video at the beach.
He's going to be very,
I know,
very...
he is such an ego.
Oh, no, he's definitely going to go. Are you kidding me, girl? I think so.
At the greatest indoor arena in the country, the MSG, of course.
They're still gonna boo the hell out of him, and I can't wait to watch it.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
And if they win, which one you guys gonna send me a t-shirt? Well, tank top is getting hold on for a tank top.
For what?
On the Knicks, if they win.
Just go online. Want me to send it? Give you the Amazon link?
Whatever. I want one from New York.
You paying for shipping?
I'll tell you what, I'll buy it when you mean like the champion one? Do you want the 2026 World Champion New York Knicks t-shirt or tank top, or you just want a generic everyday Knicks tank top?
She want the real deal Holyfield. What's going on? My team was about to win a championship.
Sandra,
I'd be like Oprah.
T-shirt right now.
You get a t-shirt. You get a t-shirt.
That's right. You don't have to get on a waiting list. I can take care of it.
What size for the tank top? All right, back channel me. Thank you.
You should know better than ask a woman's size publicly.
Y'all talking about tits.
Boy, you so, I don't know. I don't know what's gotten into you these last couple of months, but
This place has gotten into me.
Really?
Yes, I have fallen off greatly.
Really? So you're just gonna blame It's all good.
Oh, First Lady, I wanted to ask you for a small favor.
Oh,
If I ever sound like E, like she did today, I know I'm not the best sometimes. God, please let me know.
Don't, you'll know. This is the place. So I may be a shell of my former self, but I still like know a little bit of the truth of what goes on in here and the reality and all of that. And what I do know is that they will tell you.
people tell you it's crazy. Anyway, what else is going on in the world? Anything else? We got any old people beating people up or getting beat up today?
Frontier is the new spirit. They have some flash sales going on. If I don't mind sitting in them car seats.
Car seats.
You know, they Frontier is different. They remind me of the original Soul Plane. Okay.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I had an experience. My flight had gotten canceled and that whole malarkey, and I said I took the option of the Frontier flight. And boy, oh boy, why didn't y'all tell me?
I've never been on it.
Right, and see, up until this experience, neither had I. And they don't even have like it's like the back is like the plastic. You ever like been on a roller coaster?
No, you need to stop playing.
So like this. I'm not. Yeah. Hey, Frontier people in the room, don't be ashamed. Don't tell First Lady.
Wait, what's I'm sorry, Penny, what's Frontier?
See, wow, y'all not gonna come up here making me sound poor.
It's an airline, but
yeah, it's an airline.
Where is that airline? Like down south or something?
It's like Norfolk, right? Norfolk?
I can't stand you, Spirit. I don't know where they are associated. I just know in this particular, it was in the South. It was in the South, actually. Yep.
it's like Spirit's little brother.
Little brother, heavy on
Oh.
tricycles or still on the bike.
Wait, so there's no like first class or economy plus or anything?
No, y'all, I'm still stuck on the seat. So, like, like, imagine when the car seats and it's like plastic, just in the back, and it's got the curve for the butt. Like, that's how Frontier seats are. Yes, indeed.
Little padding.
Yeah, the little thin ass thing of pad in there, and you better make it work. Yeah, you better make it work.
It's very
they
affordable.
have a sale.
Very affordable. I told y'all when Spirit shut down, they linked in their Frontier passes. It's like $400
Oh, that's smart.
for $400 for all you can fly.
Yes, I just don't see the big deal of flying a place like the Frontier for like less than $200.
Fly for $400. What? Yeah, you can fly like all year round. I think you just gotta I think it's something like $20 maybe for a flight. But you just pay like $400 and then every time you book a flight, certain flights you just pay $20.
That's crazy.
They gonna be next because they can't keep up with that. That's great. It's called the Go Wild Pass. All you can fly.
Yeah.
Over 100 destinations. You just pay $400. Unlimited number of flights.
It's like if Greyhound bus transportation had an airline. That's the best way I can describe it.
Hey, I think Greyhounds are pretty good. Come on.
But they have more padding on the Greyhound buses than they do.
All you have to do is just get to point A and point B. And that's it. So if it can get you there, get you there safely.
No snacks.
That's right.
You can get your own snack.
Don't come on this motherfucker trying to get a little water. Don't do it. Okay?
Bring your own snack. But if you need to fly Delta, you can just write it off.
Really?
Well, if you have an LLC, right?
Only if you have LLC, that's right.
Dr. Lab, you gotta chill. But did Johnny's really say that, or he was just putting lies on her name?
Yeah, she right there. She said it.
Oh,
Yeah, Johnny, you telling the people.
no, she's just trying to get my blood pressure up. You know, I didn't say that.
From Illinois.
Accounting.
Accounting, excuse me.
That's right.
Jane from accounting. And surely you wouldn't be telling the people that they can write anything off as long as they have LLC.
No,
my
journal call told us we could write everything off if we were pretending. Thanks to the big beautiful bill.
Can't make this shit up. Can't make this shit up.
I mean, do you know if you take your
If you open a business bank account, all you have to do is have a 700 credit score. That way you can open a business credit card and then you can pay for your flights with that.
Okay, boom the room.
And also, if you have employees and you decide to have a girls' night with your employees, let's just say all women, you can write that off because that is team building activity.
Right, that
Business meeting.
yeah, that is I've actually done that. It was a business meeting, like the library guard said, and we.
Sorry, is the child of IRS, like, auditors?
No.
None of this actually meet the test. I'm sorry, just to share with that. Like, the only thing that would meet the test is that you don't make enough money to, like, get on the radar of the government, that they care enough to audit you.
Ma'am,
But if they were to audit you, they would fucking dissolve your
Let me have a
business.
one-on-one. Hold on, let me have a one-on-one.
You're not gonna come here with that.
Hold on, let me have my one-on-one. That's fine. I can substantiate. So you're telling me that if I went to Disney World with my kids and I paid my kids a W-2 for their allowance, that I cannot take them on a business retreat to Disney World and write it off my...
I think that would be very suspect, and it would be easily, like, undone. The dynamics between the relationship, which is you are the parent and they're your children, yes, it would be easily undone. I'm sorry to tell you that. But you likely if you're doing that in the first place, you don't earn enough money that it would even fathom the government care about your situation.
Are you available for parties?
No, I don't perform. I'm not a circus clown.
No, I'm not
But,
talking about you.
I'm fucking with your spirits.
I just don't appreciate her coming up here because I learned these things on Clubhouse. So, I don't come up here challenging my thinking when I learned all this great information from Clubhouse. Because somebody on Clubhouse.
Why would you ever learn on Clubhouse? Like, that's
You're a
first
hater.
mistake.
You're a hater. Aren't you on Clubhouse?
Yes, but I don't learn on Clubhouse, but I understand on Clubhouse.
She
So what do you do?
How other
What do you
people
do?
She educates.
No, I just learned how other people think.
Unfortunate that you're not.
Because I literally thought,
PhDs.
I thought Kamala was going to win the
doctorates.
last election, so I learned about how people, because I'm like, well, clearly I was wrong, so people think differently, and so I'm trying to understand how people think.
Well,
And now I understand, people are
when
looking
you
for
say
shortcuts
but no,
at
that's
every.
yeah. So I think you're also taking a shortcut because we were having a conversation as people with real life experiences with LLCs and S corps and C corps, and you're just coming up here saying something that your parents did. You don't work for the IRS, so I don't appreciate you trying to take a shortcut and use your parents as some type of credibility.
I honestly think if you guys want to do whatever, like we have a,
I'm gonna do whatever anyway. I don't need your permission.
We have an Oval Office. We have an Oval Office scripter. So not a
okay
big
for
deal.
her significant a partner to sit in here with her? Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Oh, yeah, right.
No, we're gonna, no, I don't think we should know.
Yeah, you look lovely.
This is why I don't advocate for bring your child to work. Stuff like this, you know, you bring your kid to work and now they think they know the IRS regulations and stuff. This is crazy. Yeah, just know more than me.
Right, and it's like,
You can
honestly,
potentially
it just
write
shows
off
that
expenses.
you're not a hard worker. You've never really tried to take advantage of the systems that America puts in place
Okay.
for us to be successful.
Yeah,
Yes, that you
maybe you're right.
can write
Maybe you're
off.
right.
Hold on.
Perhaps.
It says you can potentially write off expenses for taking your children to Disney if they're involved in a business activity during the trip, such as attending a friend's with you. However, personal expenses for family outings are generally not deductible, so you can do it.
We have a guy in the Oval Office really like doing
I already
the.
knew that answer, but she just wanted to come up here.
No, we have an office candidate, a guy who is serving as our president, who is literally like taking your children to work. Oh no, we're gonna give them the like wave through like a lot of different very difficult tax situations. Instead, they're going to just like fly through. If you looked at the crypto executive order, that would be like something that I would hope.
Oh God, it's all over the place. Listen,
Just let it
No. Have you guys talked about it?
Let me say,
Yes,
Tesla
yeah.
paid zero in federal taxes in last year. Zero. The corporation, Tesla. CVS Health, zero federal taxes because of the loopholes. So somebody's gonna sit here and judge other people for the same loopholes as the wealthy do.
Did you hear judgment in my voice?
And say that you can't do that. That's not allowed. It's allowed because everybody's doing it.
No, it doesn't. Everybody is doing it.
Yes, it does.
It's technically not allowed. No, I'm stating it's not allowed.
Butter already read from the internet that's allowed.
I am also not. I'm not like judging you for doing it. Like that isn't what I said. I also stated very cleanly and clearly we have somebody in the executive in the Oval Office who has.
You're wrong, but you're clean.
Somebody else bastardized the law, and so you decided to commit the same crime.
How am I committing a crime if the law has been obliterated as you just did?
No. The law hasn't been obliterated. It's still there. I said that I wouldn't commit the same crime as you. I apologize for being an honest broker.
It's not a crime. May I direct you to IRS publication 463 IRC 162-274-199-132. Thank you.
Thank you, Butter. So will you admit you're wrong now?
Lord, you're unmuted.
Oh, she went to the goo.
Sorry, I'm back. Can she like repeat specifically the law that she?
It's in the chat, and you can just admit you're wrong in the chat or on stage. They'll both be welcome. Thank you very much. Auntie, that was for you. I've been waiting to be an LLC, bro.
I know. I see you.
I need to start making YouTube videos like Dr. Julio. Get some. I could be like a black stud Grant Cardone. I can't.
You can also write off the mileage that you use on your car, the insurance that you pay on your car if you use it for business purposes. There's a lot of shit that you can write off.
The car, yeah.
And anytime you have to engage E in a conversation, you can write it off on your taxes as well.
Am I hot?
what did I do to you? I don't know who.
That was Lord Balfour who said that. Who's going to be changing his name to, what was it? Coin toss or Scrabble or something?
No, that was Cracker. That was Cracker that said that Dr.
I assume
Library is hostile and
sorry, that's
he is
Keisha.
not new. He is
I'm
not
not
new.
new. No,
I'm referencing what Dr. Library said. She was referencing what was put in the chat. Please keep up. Thanks.
Okay, no, I'm not new, and I believe that was Haitian. If memory serves.
So pause. So someone made a reference to Dr. Library card in the chat, not you. Okay? So nobody was talking about you within that statement. Janice came up tonight to clarify that the statement was made in regards to Dr. Library card from a person in the chat. Just so we could, wasn't directed towards you. Thank you.
Okay, well, I'll just say this to Cracker. Cracker, that is my LLC bro troll persona for Clubhouse. I don't believe anything I just said at all. Like zero. But I just feel the need to troll E because she always trying to troll First Lady. So I had to just troll her back. That's a
I don't do that, actually. I really like her. Why do you think I troll her?
Well, because she'll be like, don't do this, and then you'll do it again. So.
Dislike somebody to troll them either, by the way.
I am very much more moved by, like, the topic, and I think there was a misinterpretation earlier based on that.
Do you really have to respond to every single thing?
I don't have to
understand.
respond.
You do understand. There's this beautiful saying that I'm really learning. I'm really learning how to really embrace it. No one can hurt your feelings, and nobody can hurt you unless you let them.
I don't need you to comment, but that was beautiful, Katrina. Thank you for sharing that.
Wait, can you
I
say that?
I apologize, but like I lived in Texas for my formative voting years, and the topic today is the only reason that this is even becoming like a thing, which is I was just sharing why Paxton was kind of a worse situation than he should be. That's it. Oh, that's it. Was the only reason that I was sharing. And I got accused of talking over somebody when I wasn't.
How you gonna say you got accused and say, what's wrong with you? You got accused? No, you did a thing. You didn't get accused.
I beg to differ, but also it could be like my earbuds. I wasn't hearing somebody step in, but I was getting talked over.
This lady was talking for a while, and you just cut her off. Don't try with excuses of earbuds. Listen, now I feel like I have to sit here and just try. Like, I feel embarrassed for the entire.
I feel embarrassed. I feel embarrassed.
One mic on Katrina. One mic on Katrina.
I feel embarrassed for the entirety of white women. As me and you are the only representation here right now. This is bad.
I think that I feel embarrassed that you do not recognize when a person has insight into a topic and tries to share their expertise, and other people decide to pile on when they had no expertise. In fact, the room itself was kind of devoid of expertise on the stage.
So you were telling us that. Hold on.
She gonna get put out today, y'all. I'm trying to tell you.
I mean,
let's just go.
You called me dumb earlier, but let's go.
Really? You telling us the stuff you offered earlier was insight you had on the topic because what?
I was talking specifically about Paxton, and if you looked at the deals that he had cut with.
We don't have to listen to you, just like you don't have to listen to us. You just cut it whenever you want to cut it. So I'm cutting.
Oh,
Yep.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
I wanted to know, what are your levels of expertise in Texas politics?
Well, we learned that when you grow up in a place, it gives you a love for expertise.
Oh, okay.
So that's what we learned.
No,
Because he's like Trent.
no, I actually grew up overseas, and I.
Well, what the hell?
Well, she said
I matriculated to voting age in Texas. Was like where I had my first votes, where I learned about how politics works, and I learned how Texas politics works because I still have family that live there and understand even when you can persuade with reason, you still have
Can we get this at 30 characters or less?
Why would you insult us though on?
What I was only contributing to the topic at hand.
Well, again, you don't understand. At that point of time, there was an absolute silence. There was no, I am talking.
And
there was complete silence. Complete silence. I came back to the phone and started talking and resetting the space. When Ben asked me a question in regards to what did I mean about Tellerico, as I was in the midst of getting ready to explain to him, you decided you were going to come off of your mic and continuously talk. As like you're doing now!
You're
doing it now! Just stop! Stop! I don't need you to explain! That's the problem! You can't listen to understand somebody else. It's all about you. That don't work in my court. And you constantly do it. You constantly do it. Oh, I'm not going to do it anymore. But today you're going to sit here and say that you didn't do it when people are telling you that you did a thing. And instead of you accepting it, you're still rejecting it. You did a thing. I don't give a damn whether you got a delay or not. I continuously kept talking, and you continuously overtalked me in the midst of me talking. So once I said, okay, fine, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to be quiet and I'm not going to say anything else, you continue to talk about your point. You came out of the blue, out of the audience 2 weeks ago. Because I said, G, you came up to interrupt me while I was talking to tell me how to pronounce the man's name. It's a constant just rudeness about you. You're rude. And all you can see is how you can point the finger at everybody else, but you never take the time to take a look at yourself. And you think people just dislike you just because? No, they dislike you because of the fact that you refuse to make changes. And you can't make the change because you're too busy blaming everybody else instead of taking accountability for the mess that you create every time you're on stage. And then got a nerve to say that people on stage wasn't really talking about anything and you're the only one that had the insight to be able to give to everybody. And then you write in the chat, oh, so I had to be quiet for this content? If you don't like it, why are you here?
She doesn't learn anything, you know.
She don't learn how to communicate. She don't learn what people are talking about. She's the only one that can teach.
Yeah,
Ready to go in.
right after you walked away, she decided to bring up a SCOTUS case. And unless people weren't listening, half the stuff that came out of her mouth was nonsense. She had no idea what the fuck she was talking about. But she kept going anyway and said she had insights. Because, we're a room full of dummies. We don't read. We're just a bunch of clowns.
Embrace my clowniness.
That she's not well. Respectfully.
Y'all can blame it on not well. I blame it on I'm just going to do what I want to do. And I don't care what nobody else says.
To me, being raised by a narcissistic mother, it screams like literally all of it.
Please, Dr. Mitch, happy Thursday. I don't know if you guys know you're watching the news, but I think we're getting ready to invade Cuba.
Oh, cool. Where do you get that from?
That we have a carrier group there right now that is sending more ships to the Caribbean. We've got 12,500 Marines also on their way. Between you and me, you never know how accurate the news is, but and I don't know that we should be surprised because we know that's the next target on the chessboard. Right?
Well, be a good distraction from the Iranian debacle. Anyway.
Can you verify that, please, Sultan?
You know what, E? I'm gonna help you out. I'm just gonna block you. Then that way you don't have to be around narcissistic people. So you have a good day, and when I get ready to unblock you, and we'll see you then. But until then, toodaloo. Can I sing her a goodbye song before you do it, please? Only if you go ahead, sure. Farewell.
Yoyai kigin nane sa mahol si not nana tachukokoriko. Bye bye, motherfucker.
She must.
Strava, ego. I just have to get that shit off my chest.
What's up, Lord? But you don't sing again. It's horrible.
I know. I'm well aware. That's why I didn't go any further.
Yeah, somebody remove him from the stage.
You know what? If I
like this song. What's wrong with this song?
I'll just go create an account with the name E, so I'll come traumatize this period.
He's not true.
Yeah, I have never in my life seen a rude person. Believe it or not, I was working, enjoying the conversation, shaking that. I was frustrated. I was like, God damn it, bro, just let these people go. She kept doing it. I got to a point I just had enough. I was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm just going to get on stage. And Brett was around. I swear to God, TTF, Daryl hadn't interrupted me, I was going to talk to you all about a papaya I got a few days ago. And, you know, just to piss her off, that Daryl decided he was going to have a conversation with her, and we saw how that went.
Wait a minute, Daryl was in here?
Oh my God, you missed out on.
No, I didn't miss it at all.
On his reasons for voting for Ken Paxton.
I'm starting to believe he voted for Trump. I mean, because he's always.
You talking about the same?
Huh?
You talking about the same person?
Yeah, the guy that was going back and forth with E.
Does he?
Belligerent one, right?
Oh, Daryl?
Yeah.
Hey, Snickerdoodle. That's, you talking about Daryl, right, TJ?
Yeah, I had to get there, but Puff the Lord.
Oh, no. I don't know what's wrong with that guy.
He kept being, he was like, you being rude. I said, no, he's teaching her a lesson. I said, because she just did it to First Lady. So he wanted her to see how it felt. He was like, oh, I didn't know. Sorry, man. I didn't know. So then he tried to correct her. It was so funny.
No, he decided to have a 28-minute conversation with her. And First Lady, I wish that one was recorded because I guess it was the content the rest of the room needed that afternoon.
Really?
Oh my God, the question.
It was
I'm
hilarious.
glad I left. I'm glad I left. I wasn't probably going to even handle it.
And then it took a complete left turn when this man said that I thought he would have voted for Tallarico. No! He voted for the other person.
Ken Paxton. Not even Joe
He said, Ken Paxton got my vote. I was on the floor. Oh my God.
Spirit has decided to do the, okay, I just want to know, could you explain? Actually, it was Patty who asked the question. And it was like, yeah, Paxton did a good job as Attorney General. Now, let's be honest here, Clubhouse. How many people do you know that actually pay attention to what that fucking Attorney General of their state is doing?
Lord, when the FBI runs up in your job, you are not doing a good job to get you.
Yep.
You should start paying attention, especially because he is the lieutenant governor in my state. When he lets off the, yeah, you do start paying attention. And he gets impeached.
Katrina, I hope you don't think when I'm talking about how many people don't come out and talk. The point I'm trying to make is, not a lot of people.
I know, I was being somewhat facetious. I know, I was being a little.
But the thing is, if he wanted to really talk about what kind of a good job Paxton was doing, he could have been more specific. Let him bring up something he did in his time as Attorney General. He couldn't articulate the damn thing.
He was very defensive in the way that he knows maybe deep down that voting for Paxton is wrong.
No.
He was very belligerent.
I think he's gone off on the deep end of focusing on this MAGA side of things, I think. Because he's always defending he's always defending MAGA talking points, all of that. So I think he just done crossed over. I mean, which is fine. Just go ahead and say that. But he couldn't tell you why he voted for Paxton?
He refused. He just literally said, I'm not talking to y'all. He talked to me about Tallarico for 20 minutes.
It ended with, I will slap you around if you came to me face to face.
That's how he ended his submission.
That's crazy.
The weirdest talk today was like about God. Is he or she? It was so weird. You guys remember that?
Moment, what happened? That started from Tellurico.
Yeah, that was Totem Pole.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That was his segment.
That was weird.
Right, because God has taken balls, apparently.
No.
God, bro, I'm gonna run away, First Lady, if you don't control this man. What in the world?
Oh, Spiritus?
Mm-hmm.
I can't
Wait,
control
me, I'm repeating what was said on stage,
Oh,
sir.
there are things you just don't repeat.
That is too much sauce. That was not said.
You guys talk about fucking tits and balls and vagina all day, and I say it once, and I'm on
I'm not including that phrase with the Almighty in the same sentence. That's all I'm saying. That's why I draw the line. And speaking of which, when was the last time you heard me talk about someone is here?
Your name is Lord.
Yeah, are you? What you
I'm
hear?
changing it.
Changed his name.
Dang,
Now go by
Spiritus.
Screw Lou.
Well, I can't go by Screws until Screws is up there. All I see is Lord.
Okay, loose. How about that?
No, why would you do that?
That's terrible.
After the stuff I had to hear with Miss Defensive, I mean, she's been blocked and all that, you're right. I mean, it's easy to kind of blame it on stuff. I think she was just being rude, genuinely. But at the same time, I genuinely believe there are some things missing up there. I don't think a normal person would come on a room, get dragged multiple times, and keep repeating the same thing again and again.
Well said. I'm pretty sure I have a very good example of that. And that is Trump. He's still coming back. I'm telling you, narcissism. They don't care if things are talked about them and they're bad. But they're the center of attention is all they crave for.
Did you guys look into consideration? Maybe she's just trolling. And she's just pretending she's like.
I don't know.
I don't know. But it's okay to troll, but it's not okay to turn yourself into the victim. It's trolling. That's the problem. It's not the troll.
Why would you suggest that, Igor?
Because I don't think nobody she's so insane.
Do you not have these kind of people in your country?
Yeah, but I don't communicate with them.
Igor, wasn't she in Piotr's room when there was, remember that room when the Ukraine war started? Wasn't she there for like a long time? Did she sound the same to you?
I mean, she asked me, do we have books here? So.
Oh. Okay.
She thought we don't read or who knows. What else she asked me?
But didn't she travel abroad everywhere?
Yeah, she sent me a message like maybe 2-3 years ago to ask me to
Or people are self-censoring themselves, and we get a less robust republic and a less robust democracy on the state level every time that happens.
I just want to push back on one of your observations here, and that's about Jean Pirro being a former.
I think they're a prosecutor or a judge.
She was, and she was the prosecutor of Westchester County, and so she does have. Yes.
What? Okay, I just want to make sure I have the right place.
And she certainly has qualifications. I mean, I would say that this action she's doing is politicizing the Justice Department because she's shown herself.
No, I mean, she absolutely has the cred. She's just doing something wrong, and I think she
Right.
has
But I
enough.
just want to point out, I just want to correct one thing, if I
Yes,
may. Okay. And that is, of course, when she was on Fox, she was as all of the people from Fox who are part of his administration, a huge supporter of the president, because he knew that this term, he was not going to put people in who are going to tell the emperor that he has no clothes on. I understand that, and that's a fair argument to be made. But unlike Pete Hegseth, whose credentials in the military don't necessarily rise to the level of being qualified to be defense secretary.
Yeah, hers do. I would agree.
Jean Pirro, right. So I just want to say, however, I would put it this way with regard to Jean Pirro. She is the U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia. The District of Columbia is unique in that the U.S. Attorney prosecutes criminal cases there. So, unlike, and it's not that U.S. attorneys don't prosecute criminal cases in other districts, but in the other districts, there are municipal courts and county courts and state courts that handle the bulk of it. Not so with the District of Columbia. Now we know that D.C. has an extraordinarily high crime rate, which is to say that that office is necessarily busy with real crimes that they have to concentrate on, as opposed to making up cases against people simply because they don't like how they express